Hello and welcome to this Profit Protector Pro video. So today I'm going to be telling you about the most important sets of settings in Profit Protector Pro. Now, how you configure Profit Protector Pro, how you set everything up is all really important. But when it comes down to the settings, these are the things that ensure the base functionality of Profit Protector Pro works perfectly for you. And the most important one is just linking up Profit Protector Pro to your Amazon Seller Central account. Without this, there's not really anything that Profit Protector Pro is going to be able to do. This is the link to your Amazon Seller Central account. And this is how Profit Protector Pro pulls through your inventory. This is how it reprices your inventory. It requires this link to reprice your Amazon inventory. So it's fairly straightforward. All you need to do is head on over to My Amazon Accounts, and then dependent on if you're a UK EU seller, you'll connect via this side. So all you do is click on this button right here. It'll take you through to log into Seller Central. There may be some permissions that you need to allow, so that way Profit Protector Pro can actually sync with Amazon, pull across your inventory, reprice, and so forth. So if you're a US seller, Canadian, in Brazil, Mexico, wherever, then you need to make sure that you connect over on this side as well. And so once you've done that, you've allowed Profit Protector Pro the permissions and so forth, you've logged into the relevant Seller Central account, you will see that it says that it is successfully connected. And then if you do ever need to disconnect for whatever reason, then you can do so by clicking on this button. But to ensure that Profit Protector Pro and Amazon communicate, keep them connected. So UK, EU, US, and so forth, connect on the relevant side. Or if you sell in all these marketplaces, then connect up on both. So that is the most important one. This ensures Profit Protector Pro basically works and reprices your Amazon inventory. The next one is to basically make sure that you've turned on any and all marketplaces that you sell in. Now, this might sound very basic, but if you're, say, not seeing your listings for, maybe you sell in the UK and France, maybe you're not seeing it for France, it could very well be because France is turned off. So you need to make sure all marketplaces you sell in are toggled on in this section here in the PPP settings section. Okay, so that is the next most important one. And then a really cool thing that you can do with this as well is rearrange the order. So let's say we sell in the UK, France, and Germany, but Germany's our primary marketplace, so we can move that to the top. So that way, when we go back on over to the repricing page, Germany will be the first entry for every item in our inventory, and then next will be the UK, then France, and it'll be in whatever order we've moved it around in. If it so happens that we're selling in all of these marketplaces, then it's very easy. We just toggle this on and all of them will then be switched on. So it's as simple as that. That, I would say, is the next most important setting to make sure that you have configured. And then I would say that the break-even fees section is the next most important setting to configure. If you have BuyBot Pro, Skewerify, Sellability, between all of the softwares to ensure that there is consistency and it's taken into account everything that you want it to take into account, then make sure that you fill this section in, and it should be the same as what you've got entered in to the other softwares as well. So if your prep fee is 30p in Profit Protector Pro, it should be that in BuyBot Pro, Skewerify, and so forth. So you've got your fees. You can add in extra fees. You can express that as a regular value or as a percentage, depending on which one works better for you. You can set your VAT status. So if you're in the US, then just select not applicable. Otherwise, it will be your non-VAT registered, or if you are VAT registered, you will likely be standard accounting or the flat fee scheme, but you'll only select flat fee scheme if you know you are on this, and you definitely 100% will know if you're on that. So just select the one that is relevant to you. Grocery VAT, this is only really applicable if, say, we're in the UK, for example. Grocery VAT, so this will determine if Profit Protector Pro accounts for 20% VAT on grocery items or 0% VAT, because there are grocery items that are 0% VAT because they're not a luxury, if that makes sense. So leave it off if you don't want it to take into account. So it'll assume grocery items at 0% VAT, or toggle it on so that way it assumes it's at 20. Even if it's at 0, even if the item is 0% VAT, then it's still a good idea to have this toggled on anyway, so that way you are taking into account for the VAT just in case. And even if it's not on the item, you're repricing with that in mind anyway. So in fact, it kind of helps the margins on those particular items, but it's completely up to you which way you toggle this. Shipping cost, you can select that enter that in per kilo or per pound. If you are VAT exempt on your referral fees or FBA fees, this is something that you have to apply for with Amazon, and provided that Amazon have actually provided you confirmation of being VAT exempt on your referral and FBA fees, then you can mark that as such in here. ROI method, you can select from various methods. If you want more information on the different methods, then you can click on ROI calculation information and select which ROI method you would like Profit Protector Pro to use. If you're a bit stuck with which one to select, we tend to recommend method 4 for UK sellers because this takes a lot more into account. As you can see there, including Amazon fees, so it just means that the ROI is a lot more accurate. Method 5, we'd recommend that for US sellers. Again, it takes a lot more into account and it's all VAT exclusive, just as you'd want it. But ultimately, it's whichever method takes into account what you want it to take into account, how you would prefer for the ROI to be worked out. So have a read through those and select the relevant method. Don't forget to click on Save Changes when you're done. If there are different fees for different marketplaces, switch from all marketplaces to individual, and you can configure this per marketplace that you have turned on in Profit Protector Pro. So you can set it differently. If you are taking into account a different set of fees for, France compared to the UK, then you can enter them in differently, and it will account for those for the relevant marketplaces. Again, don't forget to click on Save Changes once you are done. So those, I would say, are the top 3 most important settings in Profit Protector Pro. But then, even when all of this is set up, please proceed through the rest of them. So everything else in the PPP settings, for example, set these preferences. It just makes Profit Protector Pro that bit more comfortable for you to use. But in terms of essential settings, those are the top 3. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.